What's up, Multiverse? Dr. Dave here. Welcome to the Geek Lounge. On today's video, we're going to catch up with some of my Funko Pop parcels. Alright guys, welcome back to another Funko Pop unboxing here on the channel. We normally do this video on Sunday to go through our weekly pickups, but I didn't actually have a lot to show you guys on Sunday. At least until I received a bunch of packages late Saturday afternoon, but unfortunately I had plans on both Saturday evening and all day Sunday, so I didn't have time to film and edit everything for you guys for the Sunday video. And then fast forward to this week, I received more packages yesterday as well as this morning, and now there's too many to do in one video, so we're actually going to split it into two. And that second video is actually going to drop this Friday. It's going to be purely anime themed because, as you guys know, I do love my anime. But without further delay guys, let's get into everything in today's video, a lot of which is actually Star Wars, starting with the Darth Vader Bounty Hunter set. I have finally got this and completed the Bounty Hunter collection, which I'll show you guys there on the back. I'm not going to bother taking this out of the box because it's pretty old now. You guys have probably seen it. Well, I say old. Was it last year they started coming out for the 45th anniversary, I think it was, of Empire Strikes Back? Or were they even older than that? I can't entirely remember, but I've been waiting on this one for such a long time, and I just thought, you know what, it's gonna go down in price eventually, and it did. The Entertainer are actually having a sale. I think it's still ongoing, where they've got a lot of toys at 50% off, including Funko Pops, and this one itself was 50% off, so I actually got it for £15, like I said, to finally complete that Bounty Hunter collection, which I'll probably now do a short on at some point in the near future. And likewise with the next pop, guys, I'm not going to be taking it out of the box. You guys have probably seen it a whole bunch of times. It is just Fennec Shan from The Mandalorian. I've said it, what, 4,005 times now. We are heading to Star Wars celebrations in, what, like 10 days, I think, right? April 7th. And it is on that Friday. I'm actually going to be meeting Ming-Na Wen, and I will be getting this pop signed. I did already own the Book of Boba Fett one, but it's actually buried somewhere in the loft, and I was like, man, I don't really want to go through all those parcels, all those boxes to just try and find one pop to get signed. So I decided to actually grab the Mandalorian one, which oddly enough I didn't have in my collection, and it was £5 off Amazon during one of those limited time sales. Box condition is not minty mint perfect, but it's not too bad. You guys can probably see, well, I don't know if you can make it out there, it's slightly dented, not too bad. A little bit of corner damage down there, but there is like a bit of a crease in the back, but it's not horrendous, to be perfectly honest, and for £5 I don't think you can go wrong. And when it's just kind of displayed like that, signed on the window, like, yeah, that's good enough for me. And speaking of Star Wars celebrations as well as Amazon sales, guys, I did pick up the 5-pack from last year's Star Wars celebration, although this is, of course, the Galactic Shared exclusive sticker, the 5-pack of Darth Vader, the Stormtrooper, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and Chewbacca. I'll give you guys looks at it real quickly because it is fairly old. It doesn't, like, none of the figures come off the base. They are all attached, which is pretty usual for Star Wars. I was thinking maybe these ones might be a bit different and you may be able to, like, detach them, but you can't. They are all stuck on. I think they re-released them as well, right, with their own... Oh, well, no, because I think you could buy them singly as well at Star Wars Celebrations last year in Anaheim, but I'm pretty sure they've re-released them now with just like a different coloured base, if I'm not mistaken. They're still pretty cool figures. Yeah, Darth, Stormtrooper, pardon me, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and Chewbacca, like I said, on this silver base. I think it does look pretty cool, and this dropped to, I think it was like £24 on Amazon UK, and I always said to myself, if it dropped below 30, I'd probably go for it, and yeah, like I said, dropped all the way to 24, and I figured, why not? It still looks pretty cool. It's Star Wars. It will go with the rest of our already enormous Star Wars collection. Next we go from a 5-pack to a 4-pack. I picked up the 4-pack of the retro Star Wars figures, which I really wasn't going to collect, and the more I looked at them, the more I thought, you know what, these look really, really cool. Starting with Darth Vader. These are all from like the comic book series. I should also mention that I picked this up from the Entertainer in their sale. I think it was like £32, £33. I'd seen it in the store before for like 50, and I was like, it's just too much really. And then it dropped to like that, like I said, the 30 odd quid range, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna grab it because the more I look at these, I really do like them, and I'm a big comic book fan. If you guys have been following, you would know that, and these just look really, really cool. That kind of, I don't even know what you call it, like the paint style job on them. They just they just pop, for lack of a better word. Pun intended there as well, by the way. I just really do like the colour schemes on them. We have the Stormtrooper up next here. Again, just doesn't have that like full-on white that we expect. It's kind of more that shaded, I don't even know what that colour is. A very, very like light sky blue. I'm sure there's a more correct colour for it. But yeah, like the black ink accents and stuff that you typically see in comic books. Still very, very cool. We then, of course, have C-3PO, who has this more, well, maybe not golden, well, I don't know, it's like a sandy gold if you ask me. Again, the black marks kind of making up the essentially the inking that we see in the comic books. Still looks very, very cool. And last but not least, we have Luke Skywalker here with, as you guys can see, a red lightsaber, because I don't think it's like meant to like hold that same the same kind of in-universe thing that the red lightsaber is for the Sith. I just feel that's how it was kind of drawn and coloured kind of back in the day. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't have a lot of the old comic books. I have a lot of the more sort of newer ones from sort of, say, the last 5 to 10 years. All very, very good, very, very cool. But yeah, these are still those kind of retro ones. You can get the retro comic cover, I think, can't you, with Luke as well. But yeah, they just look really, really cool. I really wasn't sure I'm going to collect them, but now I've got this 4-pack, I guess I will be collecting them. Final Star Wars figure of the video, guys, and I now only need one more Obi-Wan Kenobi figure because I have added the Haja Estree figure. This is actually the Target only exclusive version. I did actually get this from a sale by Double Box Toys, who I felt haven't done a sale in a long, long time. The only one I am now missing was that exclusive Reaver, and I'm pretty sure, I doubt they're all available, like any are available now, but she was going for like 50p in Primark as recently as the last couple of weeks. And the figure's fairly decent. I think it captures the character pretty well. Of course, played by Kumail Nanjiani. I think that's how you pronounce his name, the comedian, who I understand was a huge Star Wars fan and said it was like a privilege for him to appear in this role. He is, of course, like a fake Jedi, essentially, right? Kind of earning money, earning coin. Well, is it coin? Whatever the currency is, at least at that time in Obi-Wan. He's just kind of being a fake Jedi, like we said. He has no powers. I think he's like using magnets and stuff, right? I think that's what those things are in his hand. And he has like the little switch. He has like the fake lightsaber there on his belt as well. Yeah, they've captured the figure pretty well. I do love the like shadowy paint effect for the beard as well. That's pretty cool. And yeah, he was kind of like a funny, you know, somewhat comedic. I guess it makes sense with the actor, right? But yeah, I wouldn't say he like added tremendously for me for the story and whatnot, but he was just like this comedic side character that yeah, just added comedic value essentially. But yeah, like I said, just one more Obi-Wan figure now to go in the collection since I've added this one, or I should say to complete the collection. And the rest of the pops in today's video, guys, all came from that entertainer sale. Next up we have Kayla from Jurassic World Dominion, which was a New York Comic Con exclusive. I'll give you guys a quick look at the back there. This, I think I'm still missing, is it Maisie? Was that her name? Yeah, Maisie, the like adopted daughter, clone, whatever. That's a little bit of a spoiler maybe if you guys haven't seen Fallen Kingdom, was it the second one? But yeah, Jurassic World Dominion, it was quite, pardon me, polarizing. I like enjoyed it. I have to say I enjoyed it. Lots of people, well, I said it was polarizing, right? There were some people who enjoyed it. There were a lot of people who didn't enjoy it as well. A lot of comments about the Giganotosaurus, like he kind of came in and then, yeah, didn't really make much of an impact. Some of the like controlled velociraptors, but I'm like, yeah, they were kind of leading to like controlled velociraptors from the first Jurassic World movie, right? So I don't know. Yeah, I get people's thoughts maybe on the storyline with the was it bees, or no, it wasn't bees, was it? Was it bees? Was it hornets? What are the other things? The locusts. Was that? I think it was locusts, right? And yeah, that whole thing was a bit weird. But yeah, the pop, guys, Kayla was like the pilot. I was a bit surprised they made a pop of her, although she was somewhat prominent, I guess, in the movie. But yeah, like there's not much to go on it. She holding, was that a taser or something? Again, I can't entirely remember. Like I said, this was a New York Comic Con convention exclusive. The shared sticker was exclusive. Like the shared exclusive store over here was the Entertainer. It obviously went on Funko Europe first, then came to the Entertainer. And they're all like normally somewhere between 15 and 18 pounds over here for the convention exclusive. I was like, yeah, I'm not really going to pay that for this figure. dropped 50% to £9. I thought, why not? Let's get her and add it to the collection. Like I said, just need one more, I think, to complete that Jurassic World Dominion set. On to a couple of Marvel things, guys. Next up, we have Captain Carter and the Hydra Stomper from What If. This went down, I think, to £15 in their sale. If you guys wanted to check out the back, it is just the glam shot there of the figures. And I actually feel this is one of those Year of the Shield Pops, though. It didn't have the sticker on the front. In fact, maybe they were Amazon exclusives. This just had that boring old special edition sticker, but I don't mind too much with the bigger things that I am definitely going to be displaying out of the box, like I will be with this one eventually. I mean, this one's a bit different because it's not quite like a connecting set or anything like that, but it's still it's still nice enough that you should be displaying it out of the box. Obviously, Captain Carter on the Hydra Stomper, which was manned by Steve Rogers, who wasn't Captain America in the What If verse, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I really did like it. Can't wait till season 2 comes out. I don't know if there's a date on it, because haven't all of the dates now been taken off of Marvel stuff? There's all these worries about like superhero fatigue and stuff like that. I'm not sure about that. I just feel a lot of the products recently from Marvel, like I'm not one to say that they're all rubbish and it's the end of Marvel, blah blah blah, like everyone says. Like, I've still found like some enjoyment in most of, if not all of the projects to an extent, right? I don't really go in with this stupidly enormous like expectation. But having said that, I would say they've not been as good. Like, once Endgame sort of finished, and I get it, that was the Endgame, right? It's the real big finish. They've now got to build things up. They took away 3 of the most popular characters in Iron Man, Cap, and Black Widow. And, yeah, they're now bringing in some of the lower, like, people calling them B players, C players, and whatnot. But, you know, I still think Marvel have got a lot of stories to tell. You know, I guess time will tell, right, whether we'll get more kind of quality things and whatnot. But this, speaking of quality, this is a quality figure. I was very happy to pick it up and add it to my What If collection. I am still missing a couple from like more of the earlier ones, but I didn't necessarily want to complete this collection and get like all the different variants and whatnot. But yeah, saw this one, like I said, for £15 and decided to grab it. And then we have a couple of comic covers that I got in the sale. First, this Marvel one, which is of Wolverine. And this one is really cool. Let me just show you guys the back very quickly, but it is just the glam shot, or I guess like half of the figure, as well as the comic cover. And now, to be perfectly honest, I don't really recall off the top of my head which comic this was actually from, but I feel I may have it in my collection somewhere. I don't know, but like, it's very cool. Obviously, Wolverine here in the moonlight with that kind of older style, sort of more like browny, yellowy gold, if that makes sense, suit, as opposed to the kind of more traditional one that we sort of see, the more vibrant yellow with the blacks, especially from the like 90s cartoon. I think that was even like the 90s style, right, for X-Men, or late 80s, 90s, I should say. But yeah, as you can see, there's quite a few villains down there. Magneto's down, Sabretooth's down. Who we got? Was that Red Omega? Something like that was his name. I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head. Maybe is that? I can't remember who that is. Almost looks samurai-like. But yeah, looks like he's taking care of a few villains. I can't really make out the signature there on the cover. Oh, was it? Oh, what was the dude's name? Yeah, I really can't read it from here. But yeah, Bushenya, was that the guy's name? Something like that. I don't know if you guys can make that out, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know if they could have done something a bit more with the rest of the characters. That would have made it really full on though, right? If he was standing on like some other characters, it would have had to be pretty big and probably taken up most of the cover, but he is still there on some of that rubble. Yeah, I think it's a really cool one. I do enjoy it a lot, and I want to get more comic covers into my collection. And we can actually add another one to that collection right away, because I picked up the Aquaman one, also from the Entertainer in the sale. In fact, this is the final Entertainer sale figure, guys. Again, I'll show you the back so you can see, but it is, again, like a half glam shot of the figure, as well as the comic cover. And yeah, this one's, again, really cool. Classic kind of Aquaman cover here, the classic kind of Aquaman style look of like the character look as well. Can't say I've read this one. This thing looks pretty Pretty old school, right? I was trying to think when it's from. It just says February on there, but there's no kind of date, pardon me, of the year. A thrilling 3-part novel, The Invasion of the Fire Trolls. Yeah, looks very, very old school to me. Aquaman featuring the King of the Seven Seas and his young ally Aqualad. Shame we didn't get Aqualad in. I don't think we actually have an Aqualad figure, but it's still really cool shooting up there with the water, kind of fists out like he's flying out of the water like we can see on the back of the cover. Yeah, just another really, really cool one. I can't claim to be the biggest Aquaman fan, to be perfectly honest. I don't have too much Aquaman in my collection. Like Batman is the one for me. Love Batman, at least in terms of DC. Spider-Man and the Punisher, my favourite Marvel, if you guys did care. I do love Wolverine though, I have to say as well, so I was really happy to get that cover. But yeah, interesting to see Aquaman, the second movie. From what I've heard, those the early screenings and whatnot, like the preview things they do suggest it is the worst DC movie released so far, which, yeah, like, I felt Wonder Woman 84 was absolutely horrendous. Was so disappointed with that after the first one being so good. So, yeah, if Aquaman 2 is worse than that, man, yeah. I'm going to have to see for myself, of course, but, yeah. Let's see when it does come out, but for now, we can enjoy this Aquaman comic cover. Final pop of the day, guys. I know everything we've shown off have been older releases, but we do have a newer release to finish things off. I did pick up the Rhea Ripley figure from the latest wave of WWE. I'll show you guys the back. It's a bit weird because they've like split the back into like some of the older wave as well as the newer wave. We've got Rhea Ripley and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat on there. I did actually pick him up a few weeks ago from FunkoEurope.com. Rhea Ripley had actually sold out on there like really quickly, and she never, at least I didn't see her go like restock, and I saw it in the Entertainer for, I think it might have been the same price as FunkoEurope.com, to be perfectly honest, so I decided to grab her. She is, of course, challenging Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. I imagine she will actually get the win and they'll put the title belt on her because she's been very, very popular as of late. Obviously, in social media, like there were those videos of her like signing autographs and things at the airport, and like people were chasing her around like out the airport to get things signed and all of this, and you're like, man, these guys have, like, they're too crazy, rocking up at airports with tons of stuff to get signed. Like, these people are still human beings, yeah, like, get a life, stop bothering theirs, you know what I mean? And she came out with this whole thing on Twitter saying she's not going to sign stuff anymore, yada yada, and good for her, you know what I mean? Stop stalking these people so you can earn a quick buck, at least that's what I say. The figure's still really cool though, in, I guess it is part of the Judgment Day gear, right? Is her gear actually leather? It may be like that Forks leather. But yeah, she looks really cool with that like the weighing scales tattoo there. The way they've done like the nose piercings is pretty cool, I have to say. The like purple eyeshadow, the slit there in the eyebrow, tattoos. Yeah, it's just a really, really cool looking pop, pardon me. I really do like Rhea Ripley as well. I find her entertaining. I find her good in the ring. Yeah, can't wait to see WrestleMania coming this weekend, of course. I don't know, was she on night 1 or night 2? It probably has been announced, I just can't remember off the top of my head, but really, really looking forward to it. And there we go, guys, that's everything for today's video. As I said, the rest of the parcels we'll be checking out in Friday's video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. As I said, it's going to be anime themed, but first and foremost, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me here on the Geek Lounge. It is very much appreciated, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If so, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Drop some comments below of everything I showed off today. Which one was your favourite, and what have you guys picked up recently? And as always, we've got plenty more content on the way for you guys. I've already mentioned Friday's video where we are going to be unboxing those anime Funko Pops. Before we get to that though, we have tomorrow's video continuing with our Star Wars Hot Toys Mandalorian Marathon, where we will be checking out the Incinerator Trooper. Can't wait to check that out. I think the Incinerator Trooper did always look pretty cool. We have more Naruto Kaio unboxings coming on Saturday's video, and on Sunday we've got a really, really cool Star Wars statue that we're going to be showing off to you guys. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And then of course, next week we have Star Wars Celebrations, April 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. We are there all 4 days, and we'll of course be covering it for those 4 days. So plenty of content to come for you. Make sure you stay tuned for it and more. What is the easiest way to stay tuned, you ask? It's very simple. Subscribe. Hit click, smash that subscribe button and enable those notifications so you don't miss out on any of that future content. Guys, thanks again for watching today's video, and we will see you on the next one. Peace out, nerds.